Candles are used in many homes every day, but a lot of people keep candles for emergencies. And we're just going to take a look at the standard candle and some things that you can do with candle and candle wax. You got to improvise to survive. Take a paper towel roll. I cut it just a couple of inches, just a strip. Then I'm going to fold it in half, and then we're just going to roll it up. Once we get it rolled up, we're going to twist it. Just get a good tight twist to it. We have 2 paper towel rolls here. We're going to take one and we're going to drip some wax. Let's light the paper towel that's not been treated. It burns kind of weak. Looks like it would go out pretty easily. Let's try out the one with the candle wax. Much nice, beautiful flame. Look at that. This one's burning, but it's burning very slow. That's a nice, good, usable flame. You can really get some fire going, you know, if you're trying to light tinder. Here, we're barely hanging on. Now let's take it and let's get it in some water. I'm going to submerge it, shake it off. There we go, even completely wet. Plus, this is not near as messy as Vaseline and cotton balls, which I still love. Waterproof matches can be expensive. These are easy to make. Just take your standard strike on the box match and dip it in the candle wax. Be careful not to light that match on that flame. And we're going to let these cool down. We're going to take our matches now and we're going to dip them in the water. The water just does not penetrate that wax. Next, just take the wax, just clean it off. Take the match. There we go. Great way to waterproof your matches. These are definitely my favorite matches. Don't tread on me. And that's Ohio Blue Tip matches. Good stuff. Guys, if you have zippers that are having any kind of issues, you can take the wax and it just smooths it out. Plus, it'll help with waterproofing. Wax can also be used to preserve your tools, especially in the outdoors. You can just put a light coating of wax on here. It's going to preserve it, make it a little slicker coming out of your sheath. If you need some light, you're out of candles, maybe you have a pack of birthday candles. Pour water in a glass. Next, just pour in some cooking oil. We're going to take the birthday candle and we're just going to break it into a number of pieces. And once you get it into pieces, you can pull it off and we're going to expose the wick. That's what we're after. Take an empty water bottle. I'm going to get it started. You can even cut it all the way. Just cut an oval shape or a round circle. Take your plastic and put a hole right in the center. Next, I'm going to take some small scissors. You can do this with a small knife, and I'm just going to cut a slit next to the hole. Insert the wick into the hole, and then just bring it over into that slit. That's going to keep it stable. Now we're going to take our small little platform and we're going to set it down into the oil, just like that. Then we just light our wick, and voila. Now this is going to burn longer than a standard birthday candle, but there's a lot of crafters who put different things in here. They color their water, and it's just a really cool effect. But as far as practicality, if you have cooking oil and a small birthday candle, you can make this and it'll last a lot longer than just your standard birthday candle. Now, one of the reasons why I'll use the water underneath is I don't have to use that much oil. I can keep a very short wick, and in a deep glass, I can be able to get to that light easily. But you could actually do this with just oil in a shallow dish. Plus, it actually looks pretty cool. Your kids' crayons, first thing you want to do is break off the tip, get right to the paper. The paper burns and the wax is the accelerant. Definitely a good fire starter in a pinch. Of course, you owe your kids some more crayons after this one. And this one will last for a good long time. Now, I've heard that if you freeze a candle, it will burn twice as long. So here we have a candle that's been in the freezer for 2 days, and then we have just a regular candle at room temperature. Let's check it out. Looks like the wick on the frozen candle is a little slower to get going. It's been about 15 minutes and the candle that was frozen actually looks smaller than the candle that was not. So we're just going to keep going and see. Now it's starting to spill over. This one is burning faster, but I don't know if I may take these and set them outside because the wax is starting to spread. And out here it's gotten even worse, but honestly guys, it looks like the frozen was actually a faster burning candle than the one that was at room temperature. So that's not really true, but we just wanted to test it out. You know, these candles can be very expensive, but when they get down to a certain level, you just can't use them because the wick's too close, there's not enough wax. Now we need to melt this wax, and having a small little warmer like this is perfect. And these are like less than $5 at Walmart. So I'm gonna take one of these jars with the candle wax, we're gonna set it on the warmer, and we're just gonna let it melt. Now taking out these wick parts, there's usually a couple, 3, just get those out. Now the only reason we heated this up is to get those wick holders out of the way. Next we're going to go with our next level. We'll let this solidify, but we need to get some wick in here. Now you can buy wick separate, but I'm going to go ahead and just break a piece of this off, and then I should be able to pull this out like that, and this gives me a long piece of wick. Go ahead and trim this up. Now you can use different things, and I'm going to take this bottle cap, just put a hole in it, there we go. Now I'm going to pull the wick all the way through and then just kind of fold it over just like that. Now we're going to drop down our wick. I'm going to leave it like this, and when it starts to solidify, I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to have it straight up. Now let's go with the next candle. We'll warm this up. Here we have another candle melted. We're going to pull out our little wick stands. Now we're going to take the candle that's melted and we're going to pour it into our previous candle. Now you notice I have a pair of tweezers here holding up the wick. That is a little bit of an issue. You'll need to have some way to hold that up. And add another candle. Okay, we've got it pretty much full. I'm just going to clip this wick. It's still wet just a little bit. And I'll tell you what guys, I mean it was quite a few candles, and as you can see I still have some left over. My wife has really saved these. In fact, this one probably still has some life to it. This one she's actually added another candle to kind of keep it going. But this is a great way to be able to recycle your wax, and plus, you know, in case you're in a pinch, and be good to go. Plus with all the different colors, gives it a very unique look. So guys, taking ordinary everyday items and being able to use them to improvise for things that we may need in a survival situation just helps us to think outside the box. Now guys, if you're serious about prepping and survival, check out Survival Dispatch Insider. It is a great resource for the prepper. Plus I upload an exclusive video once a week on the Survival Dispatch Insider. I'll have the link down below in the description. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. you don't play with fire, you don't color with fire. This is going to burn a lot longer than a standard birthday candle. Okay, this is going to burn a lot longer than a standard birthday candle. Okay. Candle. This is going to burn bigger than a candle. Smoking.